are you familiar with OpenDoor? OpenDoor was going to revolutionize the iBuying process. And so what they were going to do is, just like Zillow did a while back, they're going to buy your house, they're going to lightly fix it up, and they're going to turn around for a profit. Okay? They're a house flipper, a glorified house flipper. And what they're going to do is they're going to put a pretty face on what has traditionally been a rather slimy business, and that is buying homes that are terrible from grandma and grandpa, swindling them out of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars if possible, and then making a killing on the sale of the home after they fix it. Now, OpenDoor doesn't necessarily have to fix stuff. They can just basically buy it and then just put it back up for sale, and somebody will buy it, especially in this market. Is the viability going to work out when everything goes to hell in the housing marketplace? I don't know. But imagine my surprise when I see that a Wall Street-backed firm that doesn't consistently make money is just get hit with a massive $62 million fine from the FTC for their trade practices. I'm just pointing this out. I have Deerwood Realty. If I would pull half the garbage that these companies are allowed to get away with, I'd be out of business. But they will not roll. They will not be out of business. In fact, they will do something that was of no surprise to me. But I will share with you later. And I think you'll just laugh. But let's get into it now. There was a FTC ruling, I believe it was yesterday, about our wonderful OpenDoor. By the way, OpenDoor, not fans of, they don't real estate. Their belief is that real estate agents are stupid. Real estate agents keep deals from happening. Real estate agents aren't needed in this technologically savvy world. They're paid too much. So I have no real desire to be friends with them. I know that when they are in St. Louis, they've done two things that are kind of fascinating. One, they bought a lot of houses that are terrible, and they've added a high premium on those houses. So you'd have to be an idiot to go buy one for the most part. I mean, they're stuck with some just dog houses. And number two, whenever I want to show one of their houses, they've offshored their showings to India. And so whenever I call to set up a showing, it's just ridiculous. That's not the way it should be. But again, everyone's allowed to come into the real estate space, and they're all going to revolutionize it. And I've been hearing this since the mid 90s that we're going to change real estate. It's going to be so much better. We're really going to change things. And it always ends up being a lot of hype and very, very little substance. But let's get into the first article. This is from the FTC. It says FTC takes action to stop online home buying firm OpenDoor Labs Inc. from cheating potential sellers with misleading claims about its home buying service. Well, what do you mean? Are you telling me that someone in real estate is misleading you? No. Wall Street backed firm misleading people? Not possible. Not possible. So let's get into it. It says company will have to pay $62 million and stop deceiving customers about the supposed benefits of its service. Well, that ought to be interesting. How are they going to do that? It says the Federal Trade Commission today, all OpenDoor ever did was take Wall Street backing and be the exact same thing as your local investor. That's the only thing they did. They haven't done anything revolutionary. They haven't done anything fascinating. They literally just came in and tried to get rid of any sort of local mom and pop investor. I don't mind that they tried to do that because these investors are terrible people from time to time. Now, there's some great ones, okay? Don't get me wrong. But I'm talking about the house flipper that buys a house with a leaky basement, comes in, doesn't fix the basement, puts in carpet, puts on the disclosure that they've never lived in the house. They don't know what's wrong with it. It looks pretty for a weekend. Buyer buys the house, and now all of a sudden it's leaking still. $20,000 to $40,000 worth of damage, and repairs need to be made to fix the issue. And these guys skate away with, a killing. So it's fine. Full disclosure, I was in the investment game for a while, couldn't stand it, didn't want to steal money from grandmas. And so that's where I'm at right now. Let's get into the article. It says the Federal Trade Commission today took action against online home buying firm OpenDoor Labs for cheating potential home sellers by tricking them into thinking that they could make more money selling their home to OpenDoor than on the open market using the traditional sales process. And that is one of the keys, if you ever want to know how you win as an investor in real estate, as a house flipper, what you do, you never want that lead, okay? You never want that person to get an estimate or to get a price opinion or to get a home valuation from anyone other than yourself. You want to keep that target so that they have no idea what the real value of their home is. You don't want them to have comps. You don't want, especially if you do want them to have comps, you want them to have the lowest comps you can possibly find. And you're not dealing with a sophisticated seller. And so it's really, really great. Also, that people are generally lazy, that they're normally going to call just one person. And so when they call you, you don't have to compete with anyone. And so you can literally sit there and lie. Now, you have to understand, the lower that they can get the house for, the more profit they can make most of the time. People don't realize that. They think because it's a pretty face and you talk about innovation and technology, that all of a sudden that these people should be trusted more than anyone else. It's all marketing. It's all BS. But anyway, let's continue. It says, the FTC alleged that OpenDoor pitched potential sellers using misleading and deceptive information. And in reality, most people who sold to OpenDoor made thousands of dollars less than they would have made selling their homes using the traditional process. Under a proposed administrative order, OpenDoor will have to pay $62 million and stop its deceptive tactics. Now, they're not going to stop their deceptive tactics because the only way they can stay in business is if they act this way. It's the only way they can make a profit. Good luck. Good luck. OpenDoor is great. If you have a house that's an absolute dog that no one's ever going to buy, great to sell it to them. Okay, because if you get lucky, they're not paying attention, and you can get out from underneath it. So 100%. But on a regular home, this is ridiculous to go with something like OpenDoor. But anyway, let's continue. It says, OpenDoor promised to revolutionize the real estate market, but built its business using old-fashioned deception about how much consumers could earn from selling their homes on the platform, said Samuel Levine, director of FTC's Bureau of Consumer Protection. There's nothing innovative about cheating consumers. Well, that's exactly right. And let me say this, hoodwinking sellers or hoodwinking buyers in real estate, that's like old-fashioned as can possibly be. There's nothing revolutionary about OpenDoor, not one thing, but people fall for it. It says OpenDoor, headquartered in Tempe, Arizona, operates an online real estate business that, among other things, buys homes directly from consumers as an alternative to consumers selling their homes on the open market. Advertised as an iBuyer, OpenDoor claimed to use cutting-edge technology to save consumers money by providing market value offers and reducing transaction costs compared with the traditional home sales process. Well, that's all you need to know is that they're going to tell you what the market value of your home is. It's going to be wrong, and you're going to go for it because you don't want to call 14 other agents. You don't want to deal with real estate agents, and I don't blame you. So many real estate agents are ridiculous, just ridiculous. I get why you don't want to work with a real estate agent, and I can understand why you don't trust a real estate agent. There are some slimy people, okay? So I get it. But the fact that they're marketing that they can do all these things because of technology, I remember doing a show a long time ago about AI in real estate, like AI was going to solve all these problems. They use these terms. They use technology. They use things to hide what they're really up to and to market that there's somehow innovative. Basically, what they're saying is they're the Jetsons, and I, as a real estate broker, am like the Flintstones. Okay, but it's just not that way. It says OpenDoor's marketing materials, including charts comparing their consumers' net proceeds from selling to OpenDoor versus on the market. Those charts almost always show that the consumers would make thousands of dollars more by selling it to OpenDoor. In fact, the complaint states the vast majority of consumers who sold to OpenDoor actually lost thousands of dollars compared with selling on the traditional market because the company's offers have been below market value on average, and its costs have been higher than what the consumers typically pay when using a traditional realtor. Whoa. Really? You mean selling to OpenDoor isn't free? You mean they charge fees? What, like a traditional realtor? And they go and try and make the house market value less? This is not me saying that. This is the FTC and what they found and what OpenDoor has agreed to. I'm not making this up.